Okay. And Shalom, Yahweh Shem Ashar Rakhdam, to all my brothers, Shalom, Yahweh Shamar, Yahweh Shem Ashar, to all my sisters, I.S.U.P.K, Minneapolis, with the Brotherhood class, of course, today. And today we are going to get into a pretty known topic that's been going around in the world, which is homosexuality. Homosexuality, or being gay and all that other stuff. We are going to touch on we are going to touch on the current events as far as what has been going on lately in the Black, Hispanic, and Native American community. Because we got people who are coming out about child molestation stories. We got people talking about how they are transsexual or they are attracted to transsexuals. You see what I'm saying? All these things. You know what I mean? We got so much stuff going on, so much evil, so much vile things happening. And of course, we always got to put the blame on our oppressor. Because our oppressor, who is the devil that the Bible speaks of, is responsible for the things that has happened to Black and Hispanic people in our communities. And everything ties back to them. See what I'm saying? Everything ties back to them. If you ever wonder why you are strung out on drugs, you are, see what I'm saying, suffering and dying. See what I'm saying? You are going through utter hell in your own community. You better blame your oppressor. But understand that when you blame your oppressor, you want to fight what is fighting you. Those drugs is fighting you. The homosexuality is fighting you. It is a demon that is on you. The alcoholism is fighting you. It is a demon on you. And you have to fight. See what I'm saying? In I.S.U.P.K, what we do, we attack whatever is attacking us. We don't subdue. I mean, not subdue, it's like it. We don't, compromise. We conquer, which is subdue. Subdue is another word for saying conquer. But we don't compromise. What your Black leaders, they do. Because they are filled with all the sin. And no law, no morals, no statutes or commandments. But we today, we have to lead by an example. So many times, I'll just give you an example for the introduction. So many times I'm at my job, my slavery. We call our slavery jobs. And so many times I see brothers and sisters, doing so wrong, and they just feel so happy about it. Like I know a sister that doesn't give a damn, who is not shameless. Shamefaced it, or no, slightly. She's not ashamed of what she's doing as far as being a whore. She don't give a damn. She calls it doing her. And that's a big Minnesota term. In Minnesota, you have females who say, I'm just doing me. If he's doing him, I'm doing me. Meanwhile, you are destroying yourself and destroying everybody else around you. It all connects. That's why with the brotherhood and sisterhood, we have to continuously teach it, because it lacks in our own community. And that is a problem. That's why so many violent robberies is happening in downtown Minneapolis. I saw the video just earlier today, and this happened about a day or two ago. 15-year-olds are robbing white people. They are beating up their own people on top of heathens. And then there's so many deaths happening in St. Paul. There's, a famous store in St. Paul where two 15-year-olds shot an 18-year-old, and he's laying dead flat on the ground on Facebook Live. And they thinking like, okay, well, he was just moving a second ago. He is dead. His spirit is outside of his body now. He is dead. All for what? Gang violence? I'm talking to sisters at my slavery and brothers at my slavery. They telling me that there's there's a crazy gang war going on right now. Like I'm telling you, almost every day I'm hearing stories and stories about what's been going on
Right.
in our communities, where we live, where we lay our heads at. And it is crazy, man. That's why these classes are important. It is important to get your life together. Otherwise, you might be the next victim. You might be the next person to die. You might be the next person to be a victim of some type of crime. And I'm saying all this because the topic is homosexuality, right? That's part of it. But the big thing is, remember that this is a brotherhood and a sisterhood class. This is a class that you need to focus on how to prepare yourself against the things that are to come in this world, in the future. Because life is only going to get worse if you are in the world. And this world is only going to get worse. And you will see it if you are on the side of the Most High, or if you are on the outside of the Most High's protection. It's only going to get worse, man. And this is what we need to do. Go ahead, Al.
Proverbs chapter 1, verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. That's the first step. That's the first thing that you need to understand. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. You have to wise up, man. You don't have too many choices out here. The fact that you think you have one option besides serving the Lord, you are wrong. And the Lord will confound the hell out of you. He will show you where you're wrong at. What you need to do is be on the side of the Most High, so you have the protection, you have the strength, the courage, the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Like we reading in the book of a wise man, King Solomon. God damn, man. King Solomon was the wisest man on the face of the earth. And even the heathens wanted to learn from him. They traveled just because of his wisdom. And that wisdom that we have right now, ever since 1969, these heathens or the Black Hispanic people should all listen to us, because this earth will be in peace. Right now, this earth is in violence. It is in mourning. It is in depression, captivity. Right now, we don't get a goddamn break. Even us in the I.S.U.P.K, we are still dealing with what is going on. It's like we ain't dealing with the curses as much, but we are still stressed. We still get a little depressed. We still got to work a 9 to 5. That is stressful, man. Who the hell wants to get up early in the morning,
Right,
to slave for 12 hours, 16 hours of the day? That is hell in America.
right.
But when you fear the Most High and you get his knowledge and his understanding, your pain is going to ease. You know how you have a wound on you? Let's say you got a wound on your arm, right? And let's say that, the wisdom that you may hear or receive is that rubbing alcohol or peroxide that heals your wound.
Right.
That's it. That's what you need. That's medication for your soul. That's what you need in order to help you in these days and times. See what I'm saying? Like, that's what we need. We need the Lord's knowledge, because the knowledge that's coming out of the world is not working for us. You got people who's trying to stand up and trying to speak for the Black community, but it's not working because they don't have the Lord with them. And they are men or women without wisdom, which means that the Most High is not dealing with them. Man, keep going.
But fools despise wisdom and instruction.
But fools despise wisdom and destruction. I mean, it's just like. Say it again.
But fools despise wisdom and destruction.
Destruction or instruction? Is it instruction?
But fools despise wisdom and destruction.
There you go, Khan. That's what it's like. I misheard you. And fools despise wisdom and instruction. Somebody that does not want to hear the truth, they are not going to hear you. They are going to shy away from what you're telling them because it's the right thing. Like I said, there are whores at the slavery. I tell whores, you should be shamed. You should not be a whore. And you are going to be cursed if you do not stop. And the response that I get, the backlash that I get is laughing and murmuring. Murmuring is gossip. The laughing is really just a whole technique of saying, like, look, I'm not going to feel the shame because I'm doing whatever I have to do to pay my bills.
Right.
But that's not the way that you pay your bills. But that is the way that you destroy yourself. That will be the end of your life. See, I said that will be the end of your life. And if you think it's okay to sell drugs, you will get the consequence of a drug dealer. You will. It's going to happen. And don't be all surprised and don't be so oblivious of it because you know what you're doing. And you don't want the consequence, but you want the money. You want the rich, you want the fame.
Right.
Damn all of that. It's going to happen to you. But when you are protected and you are doing everything correctly by the Most High, and you doing what He wants, or let's say that you're slipping up and that you're making an effort to serve Him, He will be on your side.
Right.
He will help you. But in the meantime, you better correct your goddamn self, man. That's what you better do. Correct your ways so that way the plagues and the punishment does not fall on you, black man, Hispanic and Native American man, woman, and child.
Right.
And if you are prideful and you are arrogant and you are watching this class, understand that I am talking about you. Don't be like your goddamn oppressor who is prideful and arrogant all the goddamn time.
Right.
You better be perfect. You better perfect your goddamn self. You better make sacrifices. That's what you better do. Otherwise, you will just end up like every example in this world. Be excellent. Be courageous. Be confident. Be everything that the Most High wants you to be as a man and a woman in this truth. Come out of the world because the world is unclean. It is unlawful. But you must be a part of that thing that is righteous, that is clean, that is lawful. See what I'm saying? And you will never receive brotherhood or sisterhood in the world.
Right.
You will get a vain perception of that type of love. If your husband is beating the shit out of you, so like, excuse my language, if he is beating the crap out of you, that's not love. Because Paul talked about what love is, even in the hardship times. But you don't put your hands on anybody. You don't shoot and kill anybody. You forgive. You control your flesh. And you walk in the spirit. You don't walk in the flesh. Your lifestyle has to be lived differently. Everything must be spiritual and not physical. That's what it has to be. We have to get out of our emotions. We have to walk away from our sins.
Right.
And we have to be confident in what the Lord is telling us. Because long story short, look, I'm going to tell you, the Most High is always right.
Right.
Man is alive, but the Most High is the truth. And that is scriptural. I'm paraphrasing, of course. But Salaki, I'm ranting on. Read that one more time, Bob. Salaki, I'm just fired up right now.
Verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
But the fool despise wisdom and instruction.
And the fool despise wisdom and instruction. But the fear of the Lord, Salaki, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. When you have wisdom of the Lord, you are going to be marvelous. You are going to be strong and courageous. You are going to fight up against the thing that is fighting you. And I'm saying all these things to get into the topic. I'm going to drag along until we get into the topic of this, of the Bible. You see what I'm saying? Of this, topic, which is homosexuality.
Right.
And how it is shamed and wrong in the Bible. Because homosexuals' favorite quote or statement is, God loves me anyway.
Right.
What God loves you since you are homosexual? Maybe it is Caesar Borgia. Maybe it's him, the white Jesus that you serve. But the God of Israel does not accept that.
Right.
He doesn't like it. That is not something that he considers. And the fact that you catching HIV and AIDS tells you that he doesn't accept it. The fact that right now there's a whole huge thing of transsexuals being a transgender, transsexual, same thing. Transgenders and transsexuals are being killed at a high number right now as we speak. Like, I'm all over social media. I'm on social media to look out to see what is going on in the world. And I like to stay connected. And, you know, social media keeps you connected.
Right.
And especially on Twitter and Facebook, what I've been seeing lately is that homosexuals, which a transgender and a transsexual is a homosexual, of course, no difference, right? The whole LGBT, whatever it's called, community is all homosexual or so-called gay. They are being killed at a high number right now. And that is the judgment of the Lord. And the homosexual community is getting upset and mad because they are being killed and nobody is giving it attention or notice.
Right.
You get all the attention. You get all the notice. But meanwhile, a brother just died last week by the police in Minnesota. An 8-year-old boy was laying flat dead in his pool of his own blood in a University St. Paul store. Meanwhile, that's not getting attention. Meanwhile, there's other things happening in Minnesota and other places that's not getting attention. Meanwhile, we want to worry about Jay-Z. We want to worry about Malik Yoba,
Right.
who likes men that are not really men, but they're dressed as women. Those are still men. See what I'm saying? I'm gonna start calling their ass X-men.
Right.
Transsexuals are X-men. You know what I mean? They want to act like sis. They want to act like a female. I might start calling their ass sis because you want to act like your wife.
Right.
You want to act like, you know, any woman out here who is sensitive and timid, which is the true nature of a woman. You want to be like a woman, but you're not a woman. You are a goddamn man. See what I'm saying? It is absolutely disgusting and terrible, man. It's just like it vexes my spirit every time, man. Like every time it vexes my spirit. It's like this is what we are praising. This is what is accepted in the Christian church.
Mm-hmm.
This is why we are dying in the streets. Nobody is speaking up about the wrongdoings of what our nation is doing. Our nation is being unlawful right now, sinful. They don't give a damn about anything but their own lust. And that has to stop. How the hell can we get out of captivity? How can we stop black on black crime, police brutality, our sisters being raped and molested, our children as well? How can we stop the evil that's happening to us if we are continuing to do the evil? We can't stop it because we are doing evil. We are accepting it. We have to beat our flesh with a whip. We got to beat our flesh with discipline to the point where we decide to want to keep this law, statutes, and commandments, because that's what's really going to change everything. It's going to change your entire situation, the way that you live your life. Because whatever you are doing to try to change your life, it is not working. You are failing every time, and the Most High is showing you that. You are failing every goddamn time, man. Every time. So if you don't have what King Solomon says, which is the wisdom and understanding, and you despise wisdom and instruction, you are going to fail at everything. You are going to be the victim. You are going to be the next one on the t-shirt. And it's going to be, you are going to be the hashtag. And I pray that it's not you. But you have been warned if you saw this video, if you study the I.S.U.P.K, if you heard these words in person. Please don't get yourself killed. Don't put your life in jeopardy. Put your life in the hands of the Most High to where you are protected and you are a shield. Because in this house that we live in the I.S.U.P.K, it is a sanctuary.
Right.
It is a hedge. It's the same hedge that Job had. Because Job was an upright, perfect man. And he followed the law. And he kept the law. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead and give me Genesis 19:1. Genesis 19:1 is going to talk about Sodom and Gomorrah. We are going to dive into the topic of homosexuality. We have to get it. We have to shame and correct homosexuals. If you are bisexual, if you are, you don't consider yourself as a label, whatever the hell that means. This topic is about you. This is about you, and you are going to hear the correction and understanding and the wisdom of the Lord. Get ready. Let's go. Genesis 19:1.
Chapter 19, verse 1. And there came two angels to Sodom at even, and Lot sat at the gate of Sodom, and Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them.
Right, so two angels came to visit, Lot. See what I'm saying? Lot is the nephew of Abraham. But now at this time, when it's Abraham and Lot, we were not divided up as nations, right? Because you got the nation of white people, the nation of Black, Hispanic, Native Americans, which is Israel. You got the nation of East Indians, which is Elam. The nation of Arabs, which is Ishmaelites. You see what I'm saying? At this time, we were just, a people, right? We were just people that was roaming around in these places. Now, Lot became the nation of, the Ammonites, which are Chinese, right. Asians and stuff like that, right? Now, two angels at this time went to visit Lot because they came to deliver a message. That's why the angels were there. Now, Lot probably didn't know that these were angels, but when he received these men in, let's see what happens.
And he bowed himself with his face toward the ground.
Meaning he saluted them. He bowed and he showed some respect because these are honorable men, honorable people, honorable beings. Keep going.
Verse 2. And he said, behold now, my lords, turn in.
Turn in, yep. Turn in meaning turn in and come in. Keep going.
I pray you. Into your servant's house. And tarry all night. And wash your feet. And ye shall rise up early. And go on your ways. And they said, nay, but we abide in the street all night.
So Lot is showing a great amount of brotherhood. He's saying, look, brothers, just come in and I will feed you. Just tarry is a biblical word for saying stay. If I tell you, hey, just tarry for a little bit. Tarry just means to stay. So he's telling like, stay and I will feed you. I will, make sure that you are Torah. Because in the law, see what I'm saying? When you have visitors, you are responsible for those visitors. You make sure that they are clothed. They are, pretty much they're pampered. They are sheltered. They have everything that they need. See what I'm saying? Like if I allow somebody to come in my house, it doesn't matter if I'm over you or not. I'm gonna make sure that you are Torah. I will grab your covers, your pillows. I'll make sure that you are eating, that you are drinking well. I will make sure that you have everything that you need if you need to lay your head down in my house. See what I'm saying? And that's what Lot is doing. He's showing them, a token of brotherhood.
Right.
He's showing them love at this point. So keep going.
Verse 3. And he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned into him, and they turned into him and entered into his house.
So Lot at this time, he's pressuring them like, look, come on, man. Come in my house and I will take care of you. Because they want to abide in the street all day and night. which that's, that's the spirit of the Most High still. You see what I'm saying? Because Yahweh didn't have a house. He didn't have a home. He was always in the streets. He was always outside. He was in the highways and the byways.
Right.
And the angel's like, no, it's fine now. You to why? We would stay out here. But Lot pressured them. He Daniel forced them. And they gave in. Keep going.
And he made them a feast.
Mm-hmm.
And did bake unleavened bread.
There you go. Unleavened bread. That is a high holy day. Did I say, or a holy convocation? The Feast of Unleavened Bread, which is right after Passover. See what I'm saying? That is a tradition that we keep in the I.S.U.P.K because our forefathers and our people, our nation kept that tradition. So why should we not keep it? We should. Because everybody else going to keep Halloween, Christmas, and Thanksgiving, which is not of the nation of Israel. It is of the heathens, our enemies. Keep going.
And did bake unleavened bread, and they did eat.
And they did eat. Damn right. Keep going. They ate good.
Verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
But before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house round, both old and young.
Stop right there. So the men of the city had came to Lot's doorstep. They came to Lot's doorstep, and they are trying to pretty much put Lot on trial to ask him a couple of questions. And let's see what these questions were. So people all over, gathered people, men in the city, old and young, came to Lot's house doorstep, and this is what they said. And this is what their whole purpose was. Go ahead.
Verse 4. But before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house round, both old and young, all the people from every quarter. Verse 5. And they called unto Lot and said unto him, where are the men which came into thee?
Where are the men which came unto thee? Now, this thing is going to get very gay. It's going to get very homosexual. So brace yourself. See what I'm saying? Because these people came to this man's doorstep. They had the audacity, see what I'm saying, to come to this man's doorstep to question him about where these two new men, where do they come from? And where are they? Where are they? Because they wanted to do something vile and disgusting to these men. But I'll tell you what, the Lord did not allow it. And something that Lot did not know is that these men were angels. These men were angels because they did something to protect themselves. See what I'm saying? With the brotherhood and sisterhood, we protect ourselves. The love, the bond that we have, the morality that we have, it protects and it keeps us safe in so many ways that you could that you can imagine. See what I'm saying? There's so many variations to it that a lot of people just don't see it because they are so carnal and they are not spiritual.
Right.
But this is where we help you out. This is where we give you the understanding and the knowledge. This is where we do our part as men of the Lord. Keep going.
This night, bring them out unto us. These
homosexuals told Lot, bring them out. Let me analyze and see them for myself. Keep going. God, disgusting, man.
That we may know them.
That we may what?
That we may know them.
And you know what that means, right? Tell me what that means, Tell me what that means. That we may know them. The whole topic is about homosexuality, right?
Right.
But they said, like, bring them out so we may know them. What does that mean? We may know them.
We may know them.
Yeah.
So I should engage in
there you go. I'll give you a hand because of that.
We may know them.
You see what I'm saying? We may know them, meaning like we may deal with them. We may molest and rape them and take their masculinity away. But understand that they are dealing with angels. Don't you know that an angel can kill you without you even seeing it. Without you even seeing it. Like, if you think about the story where Joshua, like somebody was approaching Joshua. It was an angel approaching Joshua. And Joshua was such a strong man. Like, he pulled out his sword on his angel. And the angel was like, hold on, I'm an angel. And Joshua was like, oh shit, he put it back. He put his face to the ground like, sorry, Salaki. And he was scared, he was terrified because he was in the presence of an angel. But although that Joshua pulled out that sword against that angel, I mean, in the middle of that, the angel could have snapped his neck. He could have killed him. He could have grabbed the sword and stabbed him with it. But that wasn't the case. But I'm just trying to give you the perspective of the power of an angel.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So these homosexuals say we should know them. And that's absolutely wrong. That goes against everything that the Most High, told us in the Bible. That goes against everything that we believe and stand for. We don't accept homosexuality. We don't accept gayness at all. It is wrong. Keep going.
Verse 6. And Lot went out at the door unto them, and shut the door after him.
Meaning that Lot went outside, like he opened up that door, he went outside the door and closed it behind himself. When it says after himself, meaning he closed it behind himself. And when he closed that door, he wanted to keep those men protected in the house. So he kept them safe. But he wanted to put himself on the front line to deal with these homosexuals, to try to, try to separate all this diffusion, try to separate the confusion and to get them out of, the way of his household. Keep going.
That we may know them. Verse 6.
Disgusting.
And Lot went out at the door unto them, and shut the door after them, after him. Verse 7. And said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly. Verse 8. Behold now, I have 2 daughters which have not known man.
Start right there. Now he says, like, I don't want you guys to do anything wickedly towards these men. That's how you know when they said that we want to know them, that it was a bad attempt. Like their intentions was evil. It was to rape these men. And I mean, I've never heard a story like that before, to where a group of homosexuals come to your doorstep to try to take the masculinity out of you by raping and molesting you. I've never heard that before. Like God, like that's how you know this Bible reflects the times of today. That is disgusting. That's absolutely disgusting and against the Most High. That's why your whole Malik Yoba's, it's a new child molester that is in a fake Israelite group that got exposed by Captain Tazariot. He should be shamed too. And somehow he got children. And there ain't no telling if the children are getting touched.
Wow.
Don't you ever harm a child, man. Like, that is disgusting. That is evil. And even rapists and molesters are homosexuals. Even when they rape a woman, they are homosexuals. They are vile. That is an abomination unto the Lord. The Most High disagrees with that. The God that you think you serve, the God of Israel, is against that. You better change your ways, man. You better change your life around. Otherwise, you will be judged by the hand of the Most High. You will catch HIV and AIDS. You will catch a bullet. You will catch them hands. You will catch a jail sentence. You will catch every judgment that there is to come upon your head. And now there's people out there supporting. There's a big support group for the LGBT community. It is disgusting. But meanwhile, we get shunned and shamed because we want to tell our people to stop being so damn stiff-necked,
Right.
to stop being so whorish, to stop being drug addicts, to stop being a homosexual. But we get the backlash.
Right.
We get all the backlash and the penalty. But meanwhile, you are dying in your sin. But we are living in our righteousness. And we are living proof of this lifestyle that is right for us.
Right.
That is right for every Israelite that believes on YAHANNA, that believes on the words that are said in this Bible, and that walk in the ways in which we should walk, which is in the ways of law, statutes, and commandments. We are living absolute 100% truth. And we are going to be the 144,000 that will reign on the side of our King, who is YAHANNA, a black man named Jesus Christ.
Right.
And don't forget that name, because that name is going to ring bells forever and forever. That's to tell you how long the rulership is going to be when niggas is on top and our oppressors and these heathens are at the bottom. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Man, keep going now. What verse you at?
Verse 8.
Let's go.
Behold now, I have 2 daughters, which I have not known man.
I have 2 daughters that have never known a man, who has never had sex before, who has never been humbled by a man before. It's better that you have sex with them than these 2 men that are in my household.
Right.
And that's what Lot is going to go on to say. Keep going.
Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye to them as good in your eyes.
And understand that these homosexuals might have took that offer, and they might have just raped and just do damage to his daughters.
Right.
And understand that he's talking to a whole crowd of men, young and old. That tells you that this city was full of homosexuals, man. It was great. It was thriving. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like it was thriving, and it was horrible. But he was going to sacrifice his own children, 2 daughters, because he had other daughters as well. But these 2 daughters, that never knew men, he was going to sacrifice them so that these men who he did not know was angels was going to be raped or molested. Their masculinity is going to be taken away from them. Although they was going to put up a fight, of course,
Right.
but still the idea is absolutely disgusting and vile. Keep going.
Only unto these men do nothing.
Right. So meaning you better not touch these men. Don't lift a finger. Don't do anything to these men. Keep going.
For therefore came they under the shadow of my roof.
One more time.
For therefore came they under the shadow of my roof.
But then they came under the shadow of my roof, meaning they came underneath my roof, my household, that I build, that I protect, and that I would die for. They came underneath my roof, and my roof will be protected at any cost. Keep going.
Verse 9. And they said, stand back. And they said again, this one fellow came into sojourn, and he would need to be judged. Now we deal worse with thee than with them.
Stop. These group of homosexuals or gay men is telling Lot, look, get out the way.
Right.
Step aside. Get out the way. Otherwise, we will sojourn and we will deal with you worse than them.
Right.
Meaning we might just rape you, not just rape you or molest you, but we might just kill you too.
Right.
Because what's worse than raping somebody? You could rape and kill. I mean,
right.
The damage was already done when you molested and raped. But damn, I mean, what's worse? You could kill them, because some people like to, get evil, very evil, and kill, and I mean, molest and kill. See what I'm saying? So many stories like that, where it's not enough. It doesn't satisfy that person that has a demon on them. They simply want to do more.
Right.
You know what? You would never tell anybody this happened, so I'm gonna take your life instead. I'm gonna do my dirty deed, and I'm gonna take your life on top of it.
Right.
What worse could they do? Keep going.
Now, will we deal worse with thee than with them?
Disgusting, man. Keep going.
And they pressed sore upon the man, even Lot, and came near to break the door.
Meaning they walked up on that porch. They walked up on that doorstep to try to, subdue Lot and try to grab the men as well that were in the house. So if that meant that we had all of us, all these gay men, if we had to come up to your doorstep to get this booty that they wanted, get this behind that they wanted so much, then that means that we are going to do anything at any cost to get it. And they are violent. Homosexuals are violent. They are violent, and they are criminals as well. That is proof right there, man. Homosexuals do crazy criminal acts, and they have a lying spirit. When I say lying spirit, meaning they tell lies. Right. They have a lying spirit, and they like to use violence. You know what I'm saying? They have to use violence against everybody, right, to try to prove a point. Of course, they get high. You better believe that. That's part of their, violent behavior, the tumultuous behavior. You know what I'm saying? They was gonna go the extra step to try to hurt Lot and try to grab these two men. Crazy, man. Keep going.
Verse 10. But the men put forth their hand and pulled Lot into the house to them.
One more time.
But the men put forth their hand and pulled Lot into the house into them.
Meaning those two men, they opened up that damn door, they grabbed Lot like, man, get in here real quick. Look, you about to kill yourself. You about to get into a horrible situation. What happened? Keep going.
And shut the door.
And shut the door. Keep going.
Verse 11.
Uh-huh.
And they smote the men that were at the door of the house with the blindness, both small and great.
Now, right there, stop right there. These angels, they smote, meaning they attacked these men who were small, or young or great, you know what I'm saying, young or old. They smote them with blindness, meaning the angels did something to the point where they was all blind because they could not see anything that was happening.
Right.
Now, this is physical. Remember, these are angels that they are dealing with. Let's see, after the angels blinded them, let's see what happened.
So that they were wearied themselves to find the door.
Right. So to the point where they were worried or confused to see where the door was. So the angels blinded them. See what I'm saying? He knocked out their sight. They knocked out their sight to see where the door was, so they cannot bust in and try to do anything to them. Keep going. And that's more proof that that is angels as well. Keep going.
Verse 12. And the man said unto Lot, hast thou here any besides son-in-law, and thy sons, and thy daughters, and whatsoever thou hast in the city, bring them out of this place.
Actually, start right there. We actually gonna go to the next verse. So all that's talking about pretty much is the angels is questioning Lot, asking him like, who all in your household do you think that you could bring with you to bring out of this city? Because the Lord is about to destroy this city. That's why he sent us, long story short. You see what I'm saying? And that's what happened. Sodom and Gomorrah got destroyed. Just like Atlanta is going to be destroyed, Minnesota is going to be destroyed. All the places where there's evil being done is going to be destroyed. See what I'm saying? And with that being said, go ahead and get Revelations. Revelations 11 and stop. Romans 1 and 25. Salakia.
Romans
1 and 25.
1 and 25.
Come on. Yeah, Romans 1 and 25. You go ahead and read it in time.
Romans chapter 1, verse 25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie, and worship and serve the creature more than the creator.
Start right there. Our oppressor, who is a white man, who we know as European, who is an Edomite, Caucasian, whatever you want to call him. Our oppressor, who is the devil that the Bible speaks of, they are the ones that turn the truth into a lie. To the point where our people is worshiping the devil, worshiping Satan, worshiping all these lies instead of worshiping the Most High. In the Bible, it says that our people worship the dragon in ignorance. The dragon is our oppressor. That's another name for him. And we worship him in our own ignorance. When you consider yourself to be a Christian, understand that you are serving a God or a Jesus that is white.
Right.
That is your oppressor. Because there was a time where we didn't believe in Christianity. Christianity was like, no, that is not our religion. Right. That is the oppressor's way to enslave us. Because Nat Turner broke out of that mindset of Christianity. Right. And he set out a rebellion. And he killed many oppressors. You know what I'm saying? He killed many oppressors, but in a sense, he still failed. But he still did a good deed. Because he read what was in that Bible, and he saw himself. He saw his own nation, and he saw what was going on. And he was not having it. If Black and Hispanic people knew today what was going on, how the homosexuality is an attack, how the drugs and alcoholism is an attack, how the abortions are an attack on our people, they will have a rebellion. They will set a decree against our oppressor. Right. And they will fall in line and come into the UPK and say, you know what, I was wrong for saying that you guys are wrong. You are absolutely right. Because they just tried to get my son the other day. They tried to get me. I've been a Christian for all these years, and now all of a sudden, nothing's adding up. You are absolutely right. So once again, read that one more time. Romans 1:25.
Verse 20. Romans chapter 1, verse 25. Who changed the truth? Who changed the truth of God to a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the creator?
And that's the who changed the truth into a lie. That's your oppressor. That's number one. But the creature more than the creator. You know what I'm saying? The creator is the one that creates the creature. That's a similarity. That should be common knowledge. You see what I'm saying? Right. The Most High is who created you. But the Most High did not make it set out for you to be homosexual, to be bisexual, to be lovers of your oppressor, to have Stockholm Syndrome. He didn't make you to love transsexuals. That is of your own lust. And the lust came from your oppressor because that's where you learned it from. You ever wonder why you lust over the things that are so wrong? You learn from your oppressor. And the Bible says to envy not your oppressor. Am I right or am I wrong? Because it's in the Bible. These words don't come from a man. These words come from a power a masculine spirit, which is the Most High, who we call Yahweh.
Right.
We ain't just babbling our mouths. We ain't just talking just to talk. These words come from a real man who is a masculine spirit. Our God, the God of Israel, who we call the Most High, man. These words are in the Bible, and this Bible is created by Black and Hispanics. It's not made by our oppressor. Somehow we believe that. Somehow we believe in this whole Africanism. But you don't believe that your records, your history is in this Bible.
Right.
Get the hell out of here, man. That's absolutely stupidity. And it's stupid. And it's wrong. It's complete ignorance. So once again, who changed the truth into a lie? It is your oppressor. Look at your supervisor who is white. Look at, the woman that you are catching fleas from who is white.
Right.
I think y'all call her Becky. And if you are a sister and you're dealing with your oppressor, who is Jason, that is the one that told you lies.
Right.
And somehow, when there's interracial marriages, the minds of our people, somehow their belief and faith of God changes. Somehow we end up becoming Muslim.
Right.
We become Christian. We become Baptists, Catholics, Judaism. We believe in chakras and rocks and a whole lot of garbage, the third eye, the pineal gland, all this garbage that does not pertain to us, all this garbage that's not going to fight, that's not going to be a defense against the things that are attacking us once again.
Right.
When we see our entertainers come out as homosexuals and gays, they have been attacked. And the demon has took over their body and they are possessed with the demon. But in here, we fight up against that. We fight up against possession of a demon. We have to fight our demons. We have to make sure that we are not conquered by our demons. We can't let Satan win. We can't let the things that go on in the world, we can't bring that in here. You can keep that outside of these doors, outside of the sanctuary. We can't let it in. We have to let in what the Lord wants in, which is these laws, statutes, and commandments. We have to let that in here. We have to have the Spirit of the Most High in this sanctuary. Otherwise, we will look like everybody else. Homosexuals, people that let white people in, the enemy, of course, look like homosexuals and rapists, drug addicts, the Christian church. We can't let that happen, man. We can't allow it. We cannot compromise for anything. Because what happens is our Black leaders, they compromise for compensation, which is money. These so-called pastors that are so-called men of God, they compromise for everything. Their spirit is compromised. Their soul is taken by the money, the lust of the money. The lust of their flesh, it is taken. But our spirit, we will keep our spirit in check. We won't let it be taken by a demon. We won't let it be taken by money, by the drugs, by the homosexuality. We won't allow it. Damn that. We won't allow it. We can't. We have to have integrity. We have to fight. Even if that means that we would die in the process, so be it. But we would die with honor.
Right.
We would die with our masculinity. We would die with our femininity if you are a woman. We would die with the spirit of knowing that we did every right deed by the Most High. That we did the great work that the Lord wanted us to do. We were not allowed to compromise and to be conquered by a goddamn demon that wants us to kill ourselves and wants us to die. It won't happen.
Right.
It can't happen. That's why in the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge, we are thriving right now. We are living proof. And the Lord is dealing with us. We don't have sex scandals. We don't have people dying from some weird causes. You know what I'm saying? You see these other places, other camps. There's so much homosexuality going on. There's so much killing going on. It's not happening here, man. Because we protect, we serve, and we watch out for our own. That's why nobody's dying in U.P.K. That's why nobody's being molested in here. Nobody is a victim, but everybody are survivors and soldiers. That's what we are. We are survivors and soldiers. We survived that hellish condition to a certain extent. And we are in here to continue to live. We are trying to live. We ain't trying to die. But if you are outside these walls, you are going to die. Right. But if you are in here, you are going to be protected from everything that's outside of these walls, which is death. And if you are a victim of those things, and you are now in U.P.K, you are coming into a place to fix yourself, to get yourself right, to knock off those demons. And that's another great thing about the Most High. He is dealing with us. He is trying to build us up, because we was broken down at one point, but he is trying to build us up. That's why there's so many men that has a lot of crazy, terrible walks of life of drug addiction, alcoholism, abuse, all kinds, man, abuse, mental disorders, mental illness. You know what I'm saying? All types of manner of hell and curses. Right. But somehow they find this place and they come in and they change their life. You coming from a place where you killed people. You was in the gangs, but now you change your life all of a sudden. You are on your way to walk into the place of blessings, because we are fighting for blessings. We are trying to get the curses off of our people so we can get the blessings. That's why we work so hard in the U.P.K. We don't just do it just to do it. We do it because we have a mission. We have a job to do. And our job is to change our nation, to change ourselves, to go back to the ways that the Most High wanted us to be, which is to be obedient to him. And that is love. So when he kills you, when he chastises you, when he has a man set over you that chastises you, that is his chastisement. That is his love for you to change your life, because he don't want this old life that you have for you. That's why you are suffering and you are never successful. You are always failing and you are always thrown down to the ground. All right, keep going on that. What verse is that?
Verse 26. Verse 25.
Go ahead. No, actually, verse 26 is where I want to go.
God. Verse 26. For this cause God gave them up unto vile affections.
Now, vile affections. The Most High gave homosexuals up to vile affections. How do you know this is talking about homosexuals or gay people? Because the vile affections is a disease that is considered to be a curse. HIV is a curse. If you are someone that's living with HIV, there's a curse on you. If you heard of the epidemic of chlamydia or syphilis, see what I'm saying, gonorrhea, that is vile affections, because those affections come on to people that are doing wicked things. See what I'm saying? There was an article that came out with Minnesota, what's it called? Minnesota Star Tribune. You know about that Star Tribune, right? Star Tribune was actually up the blocks up here. It's local news for Minnesota. Overall Minnesota. They came out with an article last year saying that North Minneapolis is suffering from HIV. And how it's spreading so much is because everybody is sharing the same person.
Right.
So that means that there's a whole lot of either homosexuality going on, a whole lot of whoredom going on, and a lot of throwing your wife, so-called wife or husband to the side. So everybody's having sex with each other. You might as well call it a goddamn orgy. So everybody is having sex with each other. And we know in Minnesota that it is a small world. It is a small world in the Twin Cities. Everybody knows everybody. So somebody is passing around every single body. And it has to stop. Because of that, we are having these curses put on us. We are catching gonorrhea, syphilis, HIV, and we are number one in it. How ironic is Black and Hispanic people number one in this sexual transmitted disease, STD? How is that, man? Because we are sinning. We are not keeping the brotherhood. We are not stopping each other in our tracks, and we are not defending each other against this evil that's going on. It has to stop, man. Keep going.
For even their women did change the nature, the natural use into that which is against nature.
Meaning there are women that have attraction towards each other to the point where it comes unseemly, which is lesbianism. In the U.P.K, we call them carpet munchers or bull daggers. Women that like to touch on other women, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Very disgusting. If you are a man out there that you encourage homosexuality, meaning the lesbianism, like you like two women on you, you are a homosexual. I don't know if anybody ever told you that, but I'm telling you today, you are a homosexual. You are gay. You better check your goddamn spirit. Could you ever see your mother and your auntie touching each other? Why do I use your mother and your auntie as an example? Because they are sisters. Am I right or am I wrong? They are sisters. Your mother and your auntie, they are sisters by blood. That is disgusting. If you say, no, you can never see that, no, that is disgusting, see the same thing when you see a whore on another whore. When you see a lesbian woman on another lesbian woman. Don't encourage the sin, but speak up against it. That's what you do. Be confident in this law. Be confident in this law, but be lax in your sin. That's what you should do. That's how you got to be, man. How else are we going to beat our demons? How are we going to protect each other? If this person if they are conquering their demons right here, if this brother and sister is conquering their demons, they can help the next brother and sister. But if they cannot conquer their own demons, their own lust, how the hell can you help somebody else out? Right. You can't. You are going to be getting jumped by demons just like they are. Your fight, your battle is going to be lost every time. Because all you're going to do is not fight. You are going to surrender. And we don't surrender in here, man. We don't surrender. We fight. That's why we say life is about war and nothing else. You fight every goddamn day. Do we not? You fight up to get out of the bed to go to work. You fight up the chance to not do drugs because of how bad your life was as a child. Because a lot of times we do things in our adulthood because of our childhood. We're so terrible and distressed. There's no time for that, man. Take the proper steps that you need in order to fight up against this evil that's to come in your life. Fight. Fight every goddamn day. And if you need help to fight because you can't put up your two fists, then call for counsel. Get the help that you need. And there's no shame in that for asking for help. Get the help that you need. And nobody is going to want anything in return, man. All right? With that being said, that's the class. All right? Pay your tithes. September 26th to the 28th is the Cali Cookout. Lord allow, I will be there. I did buy my ticket, so I should be there. Lord allow, I see, beautiful brothers and sisters. But for those that are not going to be there, understand that there's a feast day coming up that you can watch the history of on I.S.U.P.K online classes. And once again, pay your tithes, man. And make sure that you tag somebody that needs to hear this message, that needs to hear this wisdom and understanding. Okay? With that being said, shalom, Israel. Shalom, one more time, man. One more time. All right? Shalom, Israel. End it right there.